Welcome to Librarian Recommends. Hi, my name is Trish and I'm one of the librarians at Barbican Library, and I'm going to bring you some suggestions of books to read or listen to via a Librarian Recommends session fortnightly on a Thursday. You can download ebooks and audiobooks using our free RBdigital app. If you need help using the app, please take a look at our user guide video, which you can find in the video section on the left of this Facebook page, or go to our YouTube channel using the link above. Today's ebook and audiobook suggestions are all staff recommendations, so they cover a wide range of subjects and genres, so hopefully there will be something to suit everyone. Firstly, I'm going to mention some ebook titles you might be interested in trying. My first is a recommendation from Nadine, Lost in Translation and Still Lost in Translation by Charlie Croker. If you're looking for a laugh, I really recommend these two books, which are filled with signs, instructions and so on from around the world, which have been badly translated into English. Maybe not the best thing to read on the train, however, as you'll be laughing out loud at many of them, including the sign from a Czech zoo which stated, "No smoothen the lion." The next suggestion is from Natalie, True Tales of American Life, edited by Paul Auster. This is a collection of true tales that the fantastic author Paul Auster asked listeners of an American radio show to send him. Real folks telling real stories with an extraordinary twist were the only qualifications. The stories he received were endlessly varied and endlessly fascinating, and he shortlisted 180 of them to appear in this book. Some tales are either tinged with regret or joy, and some are funny or sad. Others are jaw-dropping accounts of coincidence and unbelievable happenings. You can dip in and out of the book, choosing a story to suit your mood, or devour the whole book as it is presented. This book proves that no matter who you are or where you come from, everyone has got a story to tell. I really enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. Next up is a recommendation from Linda, My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This is the first novel in the Neapolitan Quartet about the relationship between childhood friends Leela and Elena. It is set in a poor neighbourhood on the outskirts of Naples, where poverty, violence and uncertainty are the order of the day. We follow Leela and Elena's rivalry at school, share their problems at home and witness their first loves in their teenage years. They are surrounded by a cast of well-drawn, varied characters who bring the community to life. This intense, warm-hearted story about the ups and downs of their young lives is superbly told by Elena Ferrante. She skillfully portrays the emotional complexity of her characters and their relationships, drawing the reader into their world. At the same time, her brilliant recreation of Naples in a bygone era is a perfect backdrop. Although it is quite a long book at over 300 pages, it was a wonderful read. I became totally immersed in the characters' lives, caring about their trials and tribulations, and couldn't wait to read book 2 to find out what happened to them next. My final ebook is recommended by Tasmin, Lady Sings the Blues by Billie Holiday. This is a book I've been meaning to read for a long time. It chronicles the life of one of the most famous jazz singers of the 20th century, Billie Holiday. A fascinating memoir that doesn't shy away from Billie's harder times as we look at her triumph and tragedies. It's full of interesting anecdotes, from her turbulent childhood in Baltimore to stories of her travels, loves, famous friends and struggles with addiction and racism. You might find something you didn't know about her, and although I would mainly recommend this book to jazz fans, it is a book that many will enjoy. And now on to some audiobooks. There is a wide selection of books to listen to here, and listening to a book can really absorb you in the story or subject and transport you to a different world. First up is a recommendation from John, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. This is the first book in Swedish author Stieg Larsson's Millennium series and winner of numerous literary awards. 40 years ago, Harriet Vanger mysteriously disappeared off a private island owned by the Vanger family. Her uncle Henrik is convinced she has been murdered. He hires disgraced journalist Mikael Blomqvist to investigate, as well as Lisbeth Salander, a tattooed hacker who arrives on the scene to help. In no time you're involved in the lives of Mikhail and Lisbeth as they begin to unravel the dark and appalling history of the Vanga family. I now have a couple of suggestions from Tasmin. Firstly, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I've heard a lot of praise about this thriller, so really wanted to have a listen. Anna Fox is a woman living alone with agoraphobia. She hasn't left her house in months and isn't in a good place mentally. She passes time by watching black and white movies, playing chess and watching the world through her window. But things change when new neighbours move in next door and she witnesses something horrific. What will happen next? It's gripping and hard to put down. Fans of Gillian Flynn will like this, and it's currently being made into a movie starring Amy Adams and Gary Oldman. Tasmin's next suggestion is The Vanishing of Audrey Wilde by Eve Chase. This book has a dual time. Firstly set in the summer of 1959, 4 teenage sisters come to stay at Applecote Manor with their aunt and uncle, a couple who haven't been the same since their daughter Audrey disappeared 5 years previously. Tensions run high as the girls have disagreements and try to deal with the mystery of what really happened to their missing cousin. In the present day, Jessie is married to widower Will and hopes that moving their family away from busy London into charming Applecote Manor in the countryside will be a fresh start and maybe mend her relationship with her troubled 15-year-old daughter. But life here isn't as easy as Jessie thought it would be. This was a really enjoyable read. It is a slower pace but very atmospheric and with gothic undertones. I would recommend it for those who enjoy historic fiction and mysteries. The final audiobook suggestion is a book that I enjoyed listening to, The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I love Lisa Jewell's psychological thrillers, so many twists and turns along the way that really keep you interested and engrossed. This book starts in a large house in London's fashionable Chelsea. A well-looked after baby is awake in her cot, but downstairs in the kitchen there are 3 dead and decomposing bodies. But who has been looking after the baby? This leads us to the story of 2 entangled families and a house full of secrets. The story is gripping, fast-moving and at times creepy. It really is an enthralling and unput-downable read. I do hope you enjoy these ideas for your next read. A good variety of titles and genres recommended by our staff. And don't forget, if these titles I have suggested are unavailable when you look, you can search by genre and availability or simply browse in the RBdigital app. Do use the comments section below to add your own suggestions of books you have enjoyed and think our customers might also enjoy. And if we don't already have them available in our RBdigital collection, we will see if we can add them. Before I go, I would like to thank my colleagues for their invaluable help putting these recommendations together. Stay safe and well, and see you soon. Bye!